feedback. Someone's laptop might not be on mute. Is Miss McLeod on Zoom? Maureen McLeod?
No, not at the moment, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. DeCosta. All right, let's just hold off on that. Position 2, Jacqueline Robinson. The case has been reset to the plea calendar, and that would be forwarded to the parties concerned. That leaves us with Jamel Morgan, who's present in the courtroom, and Ms.
Agravante, I'm here.
Agravante.
Morgan.
Yes, I remember.
We are ready to proceed this morning, but I'm still in pre-trying the case with the state.
All right, y'all go ahead and pre-try the case.
I did file a motion for continuance based on the medical leave of Officer Head.
You did.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Oh.
I'm not able to hear Miss Waldrop.
Yes, thank you.
Sorry about that. I was just telling the judge that I did file a motion for continuance based on Officer Head's extended medical leave. But I'm in discussions with Ms. Agravante this morning to maybe get a resolution.
That's perfectly
Worked out.
fine. I think I agreed to the reset so that you're going to get another court date, but if y'all want to use this time constructively to pre-try the case, that's perfectly fine too.
Yes,
We'll be in recess until Ms. McLeod appears. Mr. DeCosta, or I'll ask Mr. Randolph if they can reach out to Ms. McLeod. She might be somewhere in the building on trial. So we'll
Yes, Your
just be in
Honor.
a brief recess. Thank you.
announcement on Mr. Morgan.
Oh, you know what? Because our court reporter is on Zoom, would you mind coming to the podium, please? Thank you. And yes,
Just a quick announcement on Mr. Morgan. I understand that Ms. Waldrop had filed a motion for continuance, maybe due to the system being down. I never actually received notice of that, and I would like to be heard on that. I would object to any further continuances of this case. I am going to try to work the case out, but given that this case is nearly 4 years old, my client has immigration consequences due to the pendingness of this case.
what's the nature of the immigration consequences?
He has been trying to become a citizen. He's a permanent resident at this time, and his citizenship cannot go forward while there's a pending
What
case.
stage are we at? What stage are we at of the citizenship app? Stand up, sir. I can't hear you.
You want to come up here?
Yeah. Have you filed your application for the adjustment?
Yes, I did.
When did you file it?
About a couple of years now, and I got
How long?
about a couple of years now, and I finally got through last year, around in November. I went to the interview, passed the interview, but because of the case that I have pending, I wasn't able to swear in as a citizen due to the fact that
Do you have the state letter that says that your case cannot proceed until this case is resolved?
I don't have it with me.
You've sent it to me?
I think I did.
If you have it, I'd like to see it, because right now the officer has a bona fide medical leave. He has sustained either an illness or an injury that's required him to be on long-term leave. So I just need to weigh the prejudice to either side to
Yes.
decide whether to dismiss, or I've already continued the case, but I'll consider a motion to dismiss.
Yeah.
If I know, having done a stint in immigration law, I'm very familiar with the adjustment process. So I just need to understand what stage he's at.
I can search my files on my phone
Sounds
and
good?
send you an email, and then if it comes to that, we would ask for a motion to be granted versus a continuance.
I will hear it. Thank you.
Could I excuse?
You may go and have a seat with Ms. Agram. All right, this case is presently still pre-trying. I'm still waiting on Ms. McLeod on positions 3 and 4. So, Ms. Greenhouse, we are just going to be in recess right now. Thank you.
Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
I just reached out to Ms. McLeod. She says she's logging in at the moment.
She is?
Yes, she is.
She's logging in.
Oh, okay, thank you. Do you have the proposed order for the granting the motion for the jointer and so forth?
I can write one.
Okay. Ms. McLeod, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm fine.
All
I
right.
do not oppose the motion for joinder.
Oh.
I told the prosecutor that.
All right, so counsel for the state will submit a proposed order combining the two cases. Shall I further notice both cases for trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Would your client like a bench trial or a jury trial?
A jury
This
trial, Your
is a maintaining a disorderly house and failure to have the license, alcohol beverage license.
Yes, Your Honor.
So bench jury,
A jury trial.
okay. We will issue a case management order and these cases will be further noticed for a jury trial and they are both consolidated accordingly.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. McLeod. You have a great weekend. Unless
You
I have to
too.
see you at 1:30.
I don't think so, Your Honor.
All right, okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
No, thank goodness. That I know of.
Yes, Ms. Bolton, everything okay? Yeah. Oh, you're on mute, so,
Yes, Your Honor, I was just wanting to check on coworkers in the state and defense and see if anyone needed anything from my end.
y'all need anything from Ms. Bolton? No? We're good. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, take care.
Um, Excuse me, I'm not able to hear.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, Ms. Greenhouse. No, I was just going to announce that on position one, we are going to have a negotiated plea hearing. And we're just waiting on the paperwork. All right, thank you. All right, Ms. Agramonte and Mr. Morgan, if you please return to the podium. This will be a nolo contendere to reckless.
It is. He has it available.
Okay, good. All right, we are addressing position number one on our ORCA motions calendar for February 23rd, 2024. My name is Judge Law. The case is State versus Jamel St. Morgan, is that correct?
St. George, stop.
All right. And case number is 21 CR 0056008. Mr. Morgan is present in the court in person with his counsel, Ms. Agramonte, and we are going to proceed with a negotiated plea. Mr. Morgan, you have a right to remain silent about the facts of the case. Anything you choose to state about the circumstances of your case in open court, such statements can be used against you. You have a right to an attorney, and Ms. Agramonte is your counsel. May I place you under oath for purposes of the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, for purposes of this plea, Ms. Waldrop, is the microphone is hot? Okay, good. And what is the recommendation?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Morgan will be pleading to one count of reckless driving. The construction site speed violation will merge, and the negotiated sentence is for 11 months and 29 days of probation for Mr. Morgan to pay a $300 fine, complete 40 hours of community service, risk reduction, and alcohol and drug evaluation and treatment, which I believe has been completed, as well as one victim impact panel. We did agree that probation could terminate upon successful completion of all conditions. And I will tender a null pros on the per se count and amend the less safe count, Judge.
Okay. So we are proceeding with the DUI, with reckless driving, which is amended from DUI, let's say, excuse me. The state's going to null process DUI per se, and the construction site speed violation is going to merge with the reckless driving. Is that your understanding, Ms. Agramonte?
It is.
Okay. And do you stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID?
We do.
All right. Mr. Morgan, have you consumed any medicine or alcohol recently?
No, ma'am.
All right. And have you understood the proceedings so far?
I do, ma'am.
Is anybody forcing you or inducing you to take this plea offer today?
No, ma'am.
You're doing so freely, willingly, and knowingly?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you satisfied with the legal representation you've received?
Yes, ma'am.
If you decide to plead no contest to one count of reckless driving today, you will be waiving your constitutional right to try these charges, the original charges, in a court of law before a judge or a jury. You will not have a trial in which you would have an opportunity to confront your accuser, challenge the evidence brought against you, have the assistance of counsel to present your arguments and defenses, and have the state carry its burden to prove the original charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Are you prepared to give up these rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And your attorney has gone over the consequences of pleading no contest to reckless driving, how it may have an impact on your driving history, your driver's license, your job, if applicable, your residency, if applicable, and so forth. Has your attorney gone over that with you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And you understand there's no right to appeal from a negotiated plea decision.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you plead to one count of reckless driving?
No, no.
I'll accept your plea of nolo contendere. The sentence is, did he serve any jail time?
He did.
1 day?
One day. I mean,
Right.
less than, but one day.
Any objection to credit for 1 day?
No, Judge.
All right. The sentence is 11 months, 29 days to serve 1 day, credit for time served 1 day. You will be placed on probation. You report to probation next Thursday before 3 p.m. The probation office is at 132 Mitchell Street in downtown Atlanta.
Okay.
While you're on probation, you will pay a $300 fine. You will complete 40 hours of voluntary community service at any nonprofit agency that's not a church and not a school.
Okay.
You are to also complete a risk reduction program, attend one victim impact panel, and complete an alcohol and drug evaluation, and submit yourself to any treatment that's required. You can go to any qualified healthcare provider for that evaluation. Any objection to non-reporting once completed? Okay, once you've,
Oh, sorry, the negotiated agreement was for it to terminate upon
Terminate?
completion.
all right, if that's the agreement, then I will terminate your probation once you've completed all these requirements and are updated on all your probation fees and so forth.
Okay, ma'am.
Any questions?
No questions.
All right, thank you. That concludes
you.
this case.
Thank you, Judge.
Excuse me, Your Honor. May I
Yes, Ms.
just get
Greener?
the full name and the spelling of Ms. Agramonte?
Yes, my name's Mary Agramonte. It's Agramonte.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
02. All right, 2024. All right, and you filled out the probation information already. Did you want a copy of it? Do y'all have it?
I do not believe we need a copy. Oh, yes, it looks like we already did that.
Y'all have it? Okay, the top of it has the address of the probation office.
Thank you.
Thank you. And they would be excused.
Yes, take care. Thank you. All right, thank you, folks. This concludes our morning ORCA calendar. We will resume at 1:30. Thank you.
Excuse me, Your Honor, I
Yes,
wasn't
Ms.
aware of 1:30. Can you just tell me what that
Oh,
calendar is?
no, we don't have one. I read the calendar as 1:30, but apparently we don't have any cases. So no, we're done then. Thank you.
Okay, very
All
good.
right,
Thank you
take
so
care.
much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yep.